Didn't go again? Isn't there anything interesting at all? Aurora Davidovna is the honored teacher and a very... I asked to name the capital of Bhutan. She said propane. Well, and during the breaks, socializing with kids, games after all, they played spits yesterday. How's that? Who can spit farther? But you can't ignore studying completely. I do study by myself. You have to learn in school. What for? To graduate from school with honors, go to college, and then you'll be able to get a prestigious job and become a worthy man. Uncle Hannah has graduated from 2 institutes. He's got a prestigious job and a high salary, but he's not worthy. And not a man. If I waste time on trifles and think about salaries, then I won't be able to accomplish something of my own, something important. And they will cover me with soil. In this regard, I'd like to say that doing nothing and having a nice dinner is what I like most of all. We always tell only the truth. You may be sure that there are no defenseless or powerless people in our country. We have to make our best in coming to an agreement with all the people in the world. It's very important. This is the world we live in nowadays. We wish you health, happiness, and joy. Immortal. Is anybody alive? Is anybody alive? Is anybody alive? Plenty of all sorts. Few alive. Why do you shout like that? Attention. Stay alert. Something obscure has happened. Look up and around. Think first where you are throwing to. And indeed, it's not like in the old days. The time has come to gather the stones rather than scatter them. Ask. What should I ask about? Anything you want to get the answer for. What is this place? Where did I get to? The higher tier. The superstructure above the world. Meanings dwell here. Am I going the right way, the correct direction? If you are going, you are doing right already. It's wrong to stand still without moving anywhere. All those who move are sure to get to the right place. Ask. Tell me, when is it going to be over? When will the world come to an end? Hey! Where are you going? Are you offended or something? I'm warning you. I don't take compliments from just anybody. Lots of you are hanging around here. And I am one of a kind. But I didn't even have in mind to pay compliments. What? What? Goddess. Would you allow me to greet the walker? I permit. Are you coming? But is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Did you think about the consequences? Isn't it better to go back before it's too late? Though, you are not the first, and you won't be the last. It's getting Novemberish. So Novemberish. Hoping for a yellow stone, aren't you? We'll move to your place then. Welcome us with open arms. And do you believe in conspiracy theory as well as your blind fellow countrymen do? We've placed legions of shepherds everywhere, conspirologists and esoterics, wizards and healers, analysts and politologists. Each of them thinks up the new truth tirelessly. Everything for you, all for your sake. Choose, who do you want to be deceived by? We told one part of the flock about the foul and greedy bankers eager to enslave, to take away gas and oil, land and money. But you gave it away long ago. How can one take away what you gave away willingly? Another part of the flock was told, you are smart and advanced. Would you ever believe that conspiracy theory nonsense? Just take a look at those ridiculous, gullible muttonheads. And while you are struggling with each other, the real conspiracy stays in the shadow and works despite any theories, like a clockwork. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Am I right, goddess? You are always right, the most worthy son of the covenant. Listen, why don't you join us? The job isn't that hard, and the provision is top level, and you will have anything you wish. Who are you? Stay with us, O little fellow, and you will become our king. Who are you? And you will become our king. Hold on. Keep on running. There is no place to run. All roads lead to Rome. Are you sure? Do you know where you're going? But the signpost, everyone, so they're rushing, following the signposts, guideless, thoughtless. Who put those signposts? What for and where do they lead to? But you are not everyone, are you? Who are you? So they go around in circles, arguing, proving, changing the world. Ignorant, but dare to have their own opinion on any subject. And everyone thinks he's the one to know the best possible way. Am I dead? There's no death. We're in between, on the other frequency. You can see it all clearly from here. Any lie is inside out here. You can't hide it. Let's have some refreshments, but we won't go through the ward. Other roads are awaiting us. But who put the signpost and what for? You see, we have two misfortunes, fools and roads. And another disaster is when the fools guide. Born to crawl are so passionate about teaching how to fly. Well, we won't get anywhere this way. Try this on. Best before the beginning of the battle of the end. Expired. Were you following all the way, or skiving off as usual? You are offending me. Follow them like a shadow. I'm a strict pro, you know me. But then Svo interfered. He's been tracing from the very passage too. Have you been exposed? You're offending me. I'm lighter than a breeze, quieter than a dandelion. My men are continuing observation. Shall we eliminate them? What? All you care about is to eliminate someone. We're able to eliminate everyone without exception. But what's the point for us then? Who do we manipulate and accomplish the plan with? You are so many years above the blanket and didn't understand a thing. Well, that's it. That's more like it. You fit in with us. What do I fit in for? And who are those us? Does this mean you are going to be my teacher? Teachers are the lowest form of knowledge transmitters. The nonsense swarming in their heads could hardly be considered knowledge. They read and memorize without grasping the meaning. They train to get accustomed to the system, deafen your heart, and make you listen to your stomach. Avoid them. They are contagious. The knowledge transmitters, the next level up is for instructors. Their aim is to instruct. To apply their knowledge for outlining the disaster before it struck. Above them all are the mentors. They create a problem and mention the ways of solving it. They pass on the most valuable knowledge, demanding nothing in return. What is this? Where are you? I just stepped on the rake. I know, I put it there. But it hurts. Now you've got a bump on your forehead and an experience. The bump will pass, but the experience remains. The mentor's aim is not to tell how the disaster could be avoided, but to point out how to overcome it. And the highest ones are the originators. They don't teach. They are dealing with extracting the origin. What? Hush. Was anybody out there? They are watching, spying. This means we are going the right way. And you really fit in with us. But who are those us? Who are, whom for? There are those who care. For in much wisdom is much grief. Everything is good in its season. Full speed ahead. In reality, everything is not as it is. Don't be sad. Even if everything seems to be awful and unbearable, all things must pass. Winter won't last forever. Ice will thaw. The rivers are to be refilled. The strongest ones are kept for the last days. Those who are able to endure all that is intended. Get ready and wait. What are you doing? Watching the ants. To keep them from quarreling. Take over for me. I'll be back soon. Keep your eyes open. Whom are you sleeping to? To myself. I mean, I'm not sleeping. Sure you are, all of you. Torturing the insects, aren't you? No, just keeping them from quarreling. What a useful thing to do. What about yourself? What are you looking for? And I suggested it long ago. Let's put the explanatory plugs for the newcomers. The splendid system of traps and obstacles. The small ones for every day and for everyone. The large ones for the ages and civilizations. The attractions of an unseen meanness. The fists of expired greed. The thundering cacophony of love and hate, cowardice and heroism. Become a member of the colossal orchestra, tuning up its trumpets endlessly, but never starting to play something intelligible or harmonious. All its musicians are rushing for the glittering and pointless things. Everyone shoves along to get the tickets for the lost seats in the first row. Only with us. Just now and forevermore, nearly free of charge. Just take out your soul and lay it down for your friends. Why did you scare my little fellow? Let him realize where he is. This way or that, I don't remember, but they asked me to say in words. There is no confrontation in the upper plank anymore. Cyan and red will unite. Yellow and blue below will pretend they are enemies, but will also come together. And violet is about to perish because of green in the middle one. Some revelation, as if we didn't know it. Tell them to leave the water, we're already sieged on all sides. There's plenty of land, you have nearly all the air, you put out the fire yourselves and ask to leave the water. Are you trying to be cheeky? I will turn you into a frog and send to Paris. I don't give a damn about your Parises. Off like a shot to the Chancellery. And don't forget about the water. That's not a request. Who the hell is out there in such a bloody time? Ho ho, look what humans are here. Hang your clothes. Yet another one, the last one. And you believe in this? Sophia lost all her daughters. Nonsense, all of her daughters are alive. You know better. It's the best of what I've got. We aren't so proud. If there's no bread, bring us some pies. What pies? I haven't eaten ordinary apricots. Forget the apricots. Haven't seen even bread for ages. They send humanitarian potato once a month. That's all the pies we've got. He seems to be kinda alive. Once I was alive too, and now I am doing the crossword puzzles. The ruler who carelessly gambled away his country at chess. Down 5 letters. Lenin. No, doesn't match. Grandmaster, he thought they were playing chess with him. What's the news? What could be new in here? Everything comes to normal gradually. About 7 years ago, the patronymics were abolished. The other day, the name-free law was passed. Everyone's given a personal number. Now that's really convenient. Or else there were bunches of similar Andreis, Tatyanas and Stepans. The results of the war are revised. We've shown the whole world we are peaceful and friendly. From now on, we'll be celebrating reconciliation instead of Victory Day. The day before yesterday, the last hospital was closed. We don't need them anymore, for his luminous is with us, and we will never fall ill again. What are those sounds? Sound like explosions. That's the war at the western entrance. They were lying on their sofas, didn't want to get up. Now let them fight on their own. At least it's quiet in here. The southern entrance. Yeah. It's quiet. A couple of tramps within a month, that's all. Yes, sir. Serving stability. Okay, time to go. You could stay overnight. Winds are furious. Thanks, but we have barely enough time. We have to be on our way. Do as you please. What square should I assign him to? 3-8? No, 1-6. The lad's call sign. What name should I register? Zga. God's spark? And outside, there is a wallowing blizzard, but so far see no Zga. I wish I knew what is this Zga. You were way too short-spoken with him. I thought you were friends. We could stay overnight at his lodge. Once it seemed we are. But Mrs. Greed interfered, and then Comrade Deceit came galloping. And it turned out that friendship was just an illusion. Let's stay overnight in the forest by the river on the ground. It never deceives. Has he robbed you or cheated you? Something like that. I don't hold a grudge against him, but there is no way to be open-hearted anymore. What a rascal! You had to get even with him. He who's craving for revenge must dig two graves. One is for whoever he's getting even with, and another for himself. Revenge is a wicked lady, actually. Don't mess with her. I don't understand. Why not tell this to everyone? Let everybody know how this all works. They will not believe. Moreover, by telling the truth, you risk to be regarded as a fool. You don't even have higher education or an academic degree. There now. Keep your knowledge to yourself and hold your tongue. Gather the meanings and place them around. Look at the fireflies. They know everything, but keep silent, shining their brightest, doing their best, holding on until the arrival of the main forces. So you hold on. Steppe would provide everything. We shall have some tea. The rose-hip one. Let's come off and take a look whether our times are good. Take it. What is this? It's an onion. I know it's an onion, so eat it with your mouth shut. Why asking? Just like this? Well, you can do it while dancing or hopping if you will, as you wish. Mom will be worrying. She won't. You are absent there for just half a second. That's all now. Go to sleep. The ground is cold. Watch your kidneys. I'll be supplied with the new ones. Sleep. So, was it all about nothing all the way long? Some gibberish. Mentors, aunts, sheer delusion basically. The things which fool consider to be rubbish are the most important. Is that right, stupid man? You are offending me. You are offending me. Could you be offended anyhow? Is there anything for you except the wish to live your life plentifully? Yes, but with such qualities, I'm considered an essential and irreplaceable duo. We keep no irreplaceables. You are a talented spy, but no more than that. So keep on watching and try to comprehend what they mean. Aunts. I'm far more curious about what the boy says, not that lost one. Think up a legend. Transform yourself after all. Make them feel sorry for you. They are very compassionate people. They adore martyrs. Stop it. Where do they pick such employees? Must be taught everything. Where exactly are we going? Look, have you heard of Nosy Parker having lost a nose? You can lose yours the same way fast. I'll be supplied with a new one. You pick things up fast, don't you? Button up your face. Are they bad guys? No people seem to be bad from afar. Identity check. Produce your passports. What makes you think we have them? And that we need them at all? What do you mean? Everybody's got them. Absolutely. Perhaps those who know nothing about themselves need them. Take my word, we know exactly who we are, where we are from, and what we are for, so we don't need any paper reminders about ourselves. Have you seen such an insolence? Oh, let them go, some ordinary tramps. We already stayed late after the shift, so if we are to mess with them, there's a chance we miss the mind setting. It's the opening night of a new talk show. What have you got in there? A couple of... What are they violating? No violations, just moving around without IDs. Bring them. Damn, why? Come with us, please. I've got instructions and I don't want to lose this job. So much troubles for those lousy 50K. Does this mean we are invited? Yes, you are. Stay for a while. They'll take care of it. So what now? Nothing. Everything's going to be right. That's for sure. Just terrific. Being arrested before even entering the colony. Everything is going to be right. Remember the most important thing. Anything split into two is a trap. Anything you have to choose from two is a snare. Avoid. Evade. Always choose the third way from the two proposed. If you are compelled to toss the coin up, make it fall edgeways. Take neither good nor bad. Look for the right one. If they make you choose between good and evil, choose love. Here, carry it for a while. I bet you turn up to pig out, and I'm carrying it along. Now then, hurry up. As you were. Hush, hush, keep stable, citizens. We're all patriots, let's keep out of quarrel. You are not under arrest, you are the guests of our glorious city. The oil sales manager showed some pessimism for the industry's future development and was suspended from duty. Such a glorious city. Why are you pulling it? What for? I'm fixing it. Why? Let it work as it does. Have you forgotten what efforts were made to gain stability? I'm fixing it. It's like talking to a brick wall. The postulate of reliability says, any of the things that can break or let you down certainly will. I wouldn't recommend saying such things aloud. It's very unstable of you. And dangerous too. What a strange house. Oh, that's not a house, boy. It's a palace. The Thinker's Palace. The capital's pride. The best minds of our time compete in wit and wisdom here, make decisions about the colony's welfare, and work out the new state ideology on his luminous order. How exciting! May we also acquire wit and taste wisdom? I don't know, really. You can disturb, confuse their thoughts after all. Ideology is a delicate thing. It demands concentration and massive brainstorming. We'll be quiet, just a little peek and then back to visiting your glorious city. I suppose listening to what the wise men say would help you gain your own wisdom. I hope you will remember our hospitality. We will. Our guests will attend the conference and then take them to the warden. Oh, tell me, where are those distinguished ones we should accept as our nation's future guides? Here's my opinion, gentlemen. The life of an ordinary man must become one of the basic values. The level and quality of life, availability of all social benefits should be prioritized. All those who are plotting all this, they are the people I address my... You'll finish badly. You may go, madam. Here's to the common sense. No clinking glasses. Comrades, only social equality and public ownership can provide abundance. From each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. Communal, this is the secret of a happy life. To hell with this. Inviolability of rights and personal freedom for an individual and a citizen. Mine, that's an ideal of a happy and satiated life. Pluralism and plebiscite. You'll finish badly. Slow down, my friend. Your ideas are destructive. Down with exploiters. Gentlemen, you forgot that besides mine and communal, there is also own, mutual coexistence, the fraternal system, cooperative production principle, joint responsibility, where everybody is responsible for the fault of one and all share everyone's success. Neither deceitful communal nor hideous mine, but harmonious own. What? Who are you? An academician? A professor? You'll finish badly. Do you have any academic degree? No? Nothing to say? Welcome out of here. Is it clear now who put that signpost? Idiots. When the finger is pointing to the sky, it is silly to stare at the finger. Idiots.
Как мне дороги подмосковные вечера, если б знали вы, как мне дороги подмосковные вечера.
How many times should I warn you to knock before you enter? What's this riffraff? The steward ordered to bring them, the detainees. No IDs. The violators. Throwing down the gauntlet, so to speak. We don't throw anything, just walking. That's interesting. And where are we going? Have you heard of Nosy Parker? I am the one asking questions here. Why didn't you apply for the passports? We don't need them, but we do. Then issue it yourselves. No one is stopping you. Is it kind of mutiny? Everyone should be registered here. The system is a very complicated mechanism. Amateurishness is unacceptable. Have you forgotten the price we paid for stability? We didn't approve or accept your stability and your system. What? Who do you think you are? Who are you to judge the system? Do you consider the higher authorities to be stupid? I consider them to be unspeakable dumbheads and unheard of scumbags. What? No. Take this one to the basement. Throw the pipsqueak out of the city. Do you want to join him? It's my first time to see someone yearning to be imprisoned. Well then, be our guest for a while. Take them both down to the basement. What is our life? A game. Stay close to the wall. I can't see a thing. What are you in for? You seem to be decent people. Must have doubted the correctness of even more comprehensive stabilization policy, haven't you? We have no IDs, that's all. I see. Refusing to receive the charagma. What do you mean? The mark of the beast. Good on you. But it's all in vain. Why do you think so? How would you stay there without IDs and charagma? No buying or selling. You'll kick the bucket on an empty stomach. Step would provide everything. We can store up some mushrooms and berries, vegetables, apricots for instance. Hush. Forget that word. Which one? The last one you were reckless to say aloud. You mean apricots? Be quiet. You are bold fellows, as I see. Maybe you're lucky enough to sleep through, who knows? Gorillas. So romantic. If you're lucky to sleep through, there's no way to find a better place. No IDs are required here. Just sit and enjoy your stay. We have no time to sit in boredom. So how can we get out? It's rather simple. Up the stairs and out. Through the doors and locks. Indeed. Either you're here for the first time or have been absent for too long. There used to be locks in prisons before, but since the coming of stability, we had to tighten our belts. Locks were abolished with a view to economy. Those who get here don't even think they are free to leave. Really? Then why are you still here? Why not? A man who is alive finds himself imprisoned wherever he is, either in a prison cell or up there. Here's nothing to console my heart. I want to go home, waiting when I'll be taken. So what? Shall we give it a try and break through? When you're up there, keep walking a little bit to the left, across the railway, past the buildings, and away. Thanks. No lock, that's true. Keep quiet. As a young man, I was such a daredevil. Occasionally the scuffles between porters broke out. Everybody had chains, rebars, knuckle dusters. And I feel it, there will be blood. So here I am, leaping over the fence and taking to my heels in the backyards. Nobody could ever catch up with me. I also attended such events. Always brought the biggest lock with me. As soon as the fight starts, I throw the lock and run away light. They're after me, shouting, waving their hands. But can't catch up with me. Wimps. Keep quiet, I said. There's no one around. Just cats prowling. I hate cats. You'll be telling me what to do only when you are promoted to Sergeant Major. Got it? Are you alright? Seems like that. Now crawl to that building over there, but quietly. I'm listening. But hurry up. I'm very short of time. We all have very little time. I have even less. Speak. The balance is broken. You have overdone it. The bear is about to die. Playing the game in this condition is out of the question. I understand the script is such, but are you really interested in playing with a dead opponent? What do you propose? To give the bear some of his power back, take those blockheads out of the governance, gather the meaning bearers, play them and play properly. That's an interesting suggestion. But you do understand that I am not the one who is making decisions, don't you? But you can inform and influence the process. I will think about it. Give me the boy in return. Should I also turn the assignment over to you? Forget about your return. What impudence. Over and out. Each of my tracks is worth more than the whole poetry of Pushkin. Every decent kid would chop you into shavings for my sake. My life's motto is drown all of you in manure. You are far from me. I have outgrown all of you. Gai gui, sing, have fun, sneeze and spit. We are interrupting the cultural gatherings for His Luminous the Resident's nightly address. Make yourself comfortable, stop thinking, and imagine something pleasant. Dear populace, There was quite a number of tragic pages and ordeals in the history of our colony. We have been expecting changes, all of us. Changes for the better. Despite the difficulties, we have managed to get up off our knees, stand up and make our precious colony stable and prosperous. Yes, our effective managers haven't attained the complete diversification of economics yet. Yes, we have many problems and even more enemies, and they do not slumber. With rampant, I dare say even manic obsession, they throw a monkey wrench into our macroeconomic strategy. Daily, they attempt to shatter our unity and encroach on our most sacred thing, the stability. They rock the boat, carrying us for weights to liberty, equality, and fraternity. Regrettably, we have to admit that we started living better and didn't show sufficient comprehension of the complexity and jeopardy of the ongoing processes. We stopped paying due attention to the issues of internal steadiness and security, thereby allowing the corruption fostered by the enemies to strike the entire branches of our system. But we'll stand it. We'll stand it no matter what it takes, and in spite of all the enemies, we shall proceed with the reforms. We are no strangers to hardships and had tightened our belts before. Every inhabitant of the colony must show more efficiency and act on time and professionally. Many years will pass and billions are to be spent before we create up-to-date and objectively stabilizing facilities. We must improve and increase the number of policing and punitive forces. And the most important thing is to listen and hear the deep longings of every colony's inhabitant. The positive events of our life must not be overlooked. We see that patriotic values consolidated the populace. The sincere and wholehearted concern for the colony and the willingness to work for its welfare are at the core of such unity. I want everyone to know. I have no doubt that together we shall overcome all the obstacles and see our compatriots' happy faces again. We just need to be patient a little. Thank you for watching. Over. Good evening, sir. Severe reprimand, yes, sir. Will do. Serving stability. Yashka.
Яшка! Разжалую до патруля.
I'll take you down to the patrol rank.
Собрать весь командный
Gather all the
состав.
commanding officers.
Объявить в розыск
Put the
беглецов.
runaways on the wanted list.
Немедленно.
Immediately.
У нас ЧП.
Is it an emergency
У
here?
нас ЖП.
It's the S urgency.
У нас ЖП.
The S urgency.
Куда они направились?
Where are they headed?
Точно не туда, куда
Certainly not
направляетесь.
the same place you are heading to.
В твоих интересах рассказать все, что ты
You'd better
знаешь.
tell us everything you know.
Я много знаю.
I know too much.
Долго рассказывать.
It's a long story.
Мне домой пора.
But it's time for me to go home. Our guest tonight is a leading expert, the chief analyst of the Strategic Retreat Institute, the Chevalier of the Golden Stabilitron Order, Ilarion Kuzmich Reshetov. Our viewers are deeply concerned about what's happening and what to expect. A crepation of relations on all fronts, the situation requires in-depth analysis. Devaluation, modernization, the Dow Jones Index destroys the sanctions climate. What a disgrace! The populace lacks the grasp of the complexity of the ongoing processes. Hallowing, eye-washing, all this compradorship. Don't even think as if nobody and never. Everyone and always. Macroeconomics gives no excuse to such faults. Yes, there are problems. But we'll get up off our knees. The Emperor's Ball, war economy, this aftertaste. Memoirs in couloirs, the eclecticism. So what shall we do? The answer is obvious. We should approve the white flag as one of our state symbols and live comfortably. It's possible to consolidate even when there are just two persons, and in the evenings, and even walking on crutches. The question is, will the new year ever come? Why are there only ruins in the colony? That's the way they've always been. Ruins in their hearts, in their heads, and outside everything's totally ruined too. Nobody builds anything, just using up what's been stored before. The point is, they're happy with such devastation as long as it keeps stable. One cannot be too careful, that's the motto of the degeneration age. To the forest, quick! Да. I'll do it myself. What do the sparrows sing about a day before the spring? We're still alive, we've lived it through. We're alive, alive we are. How is he? Shot through. I'll fix him. He will leave. He fell asleep. He needs some rest and sleep. Why are you dressed like that? To blend with the crowd? Have to pay a visit to some bastard. Still can't get that delirious idea out of your head? To tweak it. I've explained it to you so many times. Everything's absolutely correct. Everything works for the intent's accomplishment. There's nothing for you to tweak. I can't just sit back doing nothing and silently watch them suffer. I have to make a try at least. To make a try at least. Let those below make a try at least. All the threads are from there. Let them try at least that much and figure out for themselves what is all this for. Only then everything is going to change in a blink of an eye, and you can't tweak anything here. I have to do what I have to do. Well, the freedom of choice has not been abolished. Do what thou wilt. Would you look after the lad? Sure, and not only that. Look, he likes it, the chess. He likes moving black and white. Explain to him there's no use in it, and teach him to play the powers, will you? I am so thankful, good Joe. What a hint. Never had that idea before you prompted. Alright, I got it. And one more thing. Bow down to ours when you meet yours. When the lilac blooms, tell me where it hurts, where it doesn't. Seems like nothing hurts. Just feeling powerless. Where am I? You'll get your powers back as soon as you drink some invigorating tea. You'll be as good as new in a couple of days. But where am I? Who taught you to ask the same question twice? Do you think once isn't enough for me to understand, or I can't hear you clearly? You are in safety. That's the main thing right now. But where's Svoy? Walked away on business. He'll be back as soon as it's done. In the meantime, you are in my full power. We'll be sculpting you into a Homo sapiens. And thus far I am not sapient enough, am I? You are a warm-hearted and curious child, but thus far misled by the complexity of the world. Can you see a cat? So can I. But it's not there. Can you see the meanings around? Neither can I. But they are there. Wanted, highly dangerous criminals. Why are you so sad? I've got a feeling the war is at the door. So what? I'm scared. War is the normal state of the world. You'll get used to it. Without wars, would have become extinct long ago. How's that? I will tell you how. In times of peace, we pig out and sleep, dragging everything to our holes. The worst thing is we don't feel eternity anymore, turning ourselves into swines. Only war can cure such swinification. When it comes, everything bursts in blossom. We quickly recollect what we are and what for, and start to hear the heavens will again. But nevertheless, is it going to be war? What do you think? No, there's going to be fight for peace. But such that there won't be one stone left standing upon another. So you say you're a chess fan. What's wrong with chess? Nothing. Except that chess is a mind and heart's trap. Geopolitics. There isn't any geopolitics. Those who steer the winds make others believe in that myth. They make them believe in control over the flat space, pseudo-struggle for pseudo-useful pseudo-minerals, north, south, west, east, Jews, tetrad, all ground-based, but our world is three-dimensional, so put the chess out of your head. First of all, you have to know the real games the adversary plays. What's this? It's called the powers, the game which reflects everything happening in the world as it is, although instead of the board he uses the minds and the hearts to play on, all around the planet, but the essence remains the same. Here's the disposition of 6 powers: Red Lion, Yellow Dragon, Green Horse, Cyan She-Wolf, Blue Eagle, and our Violet Bird. Each of the powers makes 3 moves in its turn: the directional, the determinative, and the finalizing one. Either one or the other of those powers wins. The winner gains prosperity for a while. The loser plunges into devastation, also temporarily. And so they played, game after game. Some of them unite against the others, rearranging every time they play. Rumbling war drums, screeching revolutions. Everything's on this board. The invisible conductor supervises the game. Seems like I'm getting the point. It's called the information warfare, isn't it? No, not exactly. Any warfare is always and only the informational one, but you can't see the war on minds and hearts. Therefore cannons are firing and bullets are whizzing to let people know for sure the war is going on. In fact, there is no need for weapons at war. The battles of meanings take place. Nations are skillfully played off one against the other. You must learn to make out what's really happening through the noise surrounding you, and foresee the adversary's moves to upbuild your game properly. Will I be playing for the bear? Well, I hope so, unless you'll be tempted by others. During the last games, the bear lost everything he could. There is no one around to play, let alone fighting. Only managers and analysts. What the hell do you want from me? The access code. Nitwit. You just don't get it. It's not a place for you. Poking your noses where they don't belong and then start whining. I'll rip your spine out. I give up. Stop it. No, I see you didn't get it. Got it, got it. Let me take a breath. Loose cannon. Idiot. Don't say that I didn't warn you. What's this? This is what you obtained by injustice. Do not you blather about injustice. I hope this is what I need, and I won't need to look for you again, or else next time I can damage you permanently. What wasn't born cannot die. Get lost. Everyone complains about the lack of money, but nobody about the lack of mind. The traps are visible only from the outside. While being inside them, you can't see a thing. Look around carefully and make them out. Ask questions into the void. Each of your questions should be started with why. Only by asking why persistently you can gradually walk up to the very top, the primal mystery. Once you puzzle it out, everything else will become clear. You said the war is carried on by meanings. How's that? All the malicious repeat offenders welcome here. Our own are welcome. We don't care what they are called by the system. Going to set the samovar to boil. Beyond, there are meanings. Everything is based on them below. The meanings are invisible, but they manifest themselves visibly through the symbols. Symbols generate signs. Symbols and signs, aren't they the same thing? Absolutely not. How could you even think that? Only ignoramuses lump everything together. Don't interrupt. The signs are spinning, turning, penetrating the hearts, operating and begetting images in humans. The images are flashing, weaving thoughts, coming outside as words, creating information fields. The most curious thing is that invisible management is served by the perfectly visible one, the people. The lowest level is the administrative one. These are the rulers and officials of different kinds, policemen with batons and dogs, the wardens, in a word. Their realm is words and laws, encouragement and punishment, politics and other rubbish. The wardens are ruled by the technologists, those who see the images clearly, throwing in the bombs, changing the course of events, knowing where to direct the energy of the crowd by using the images. The third level is that of the order, the princess of the sun, disregarding the time. They read the signs and manipulate the mass consciousness. They are like the morning dew. Behold, it is here now, and a minute later evaporates to reappear elsewhere. Those few who discern the symbols and have access to the meanings are at the highest level of guidance. They regulate the plan and accomplish the intent. This is Ott, the stargazer. He is called that not because he counts the stars, but because he reads the knowledge of them, staring into the heavenly firmament night and day, and sees all the odds and evens. But the majority lives by their minds just to be fed enough, and the adversary cunningly turns this to his own advantage. There is a code stored inside every person. When the adversary steals up and readjusts it, everything turns to ruins, the entire states disappear. If everything could ever be set the way it was before, to adjust the frequencies properly and make the masses live by their hearts, pull them out of the adversary's area of influence, the world would shine. I wish we could think up the way to make them... Well, tell me what's this and what is it for? Is this what I was thinking of? I have no idea what you were thinking of. Is it the access code to the gates? Assuming the spy told the truth, do you know how to apply it? Such a strange tune. I think this is what you need. Why don't we treat ourselves to something forbidden this beautiful evening? A pie with dried apricots. You keep surprising me. Where did you get such a luxury? Never mind. Thanks to old friends. Delicious. Why are they forbidden? We have a lot of them in the summer. Where is that? There, below, at home. Is he from there? Indeed. Then why are we blubbering now? So I brought him here. He's our man. The future meaning bearer. Phew, why didn't you tell me at once? May I have another piece? Sure, you may. What is this for? I'll keep it for Svoy. He likes the forbidden stuff too. Just imagine me walking past them asking, "Working, aren't you?" And them replying me harshly, "Slaves work, we are doing our job. Intelligent stalkers, aren't they?" What about me? You have some rest, you will have enough fishing when you get well. Intelligent stalkers, aren't they? Sonny. Help me. Sonny, Mama. Are you okay? I'll call someone for help. Don't. Help me to get up. Sonny, help. Into that sacred river's flow, the fools were throwing stone by stone. Meanwhile, the wise men were fishing, contrary and despite.
Я все равно не понимаю,
I still don't get it.
как мы могли
How could
проиграть?
we lose?
В чем нас переиграли?
What were we outplayed in?
В кастах.
In castes.
Что?
What?
Не вы ли заменили
You've
касты
substituted the
вымышленными
castes
классами?
with fictitious
Буржуи,
classes, haven't you?
пролетариат.
Bourgeois, proletarians. The adversary discovered a gaping hole. He pulled out the meanings he needed, mingled the symbols, and blew out your caste
Все
wheels.
перевернулось с ног на
Everything
голову.
turned upside down.
Рабочие стали
Workers
завидовать
became
дельцам,
jealous of
захотели
traders
жить
and
в
wanted to
изобилии
live in
роскоши.
abundance and luxury.
Дельцы решили,
The
раз
traders
они всех
decided
кормят,
they have the right to
то и
control
управлять должны
everything
ими.
since they are feeding everyone.
Воины скатились до уровня
Warriors
дельцов.
leveled down to traders and traded their honor and glory for mercenariness.
А жрецы?
And what about the priests?
В любой войне, если
At any
противник
war,
умен,
if
в
the enemy
первую
is
очередь
smart enough,
ликвидирует
he
жрецов.
eliminates the priest first.
У вас так и произошло.
That's what happened to you.
Кого-то убили,
Some were
кого-то
killed,
купили.
others were outbidden.
Оставшиеся единицы забились
The
в
rest
щели
hid
до
themselves in the
нужных
cracks until the proper times.
Извечный
The
вопрос.
eternal
Что
question,
делать?
what should be done?
Поймите замысел.
Conceive the
Расставьте
intent,
символы правильно.
place the symbols accordingly,
Наведите порядок в
put the
кастах.
castes in order.
Каждый должен быть на
Everyone
своем
must
месте.
take his place.
Рабочий
The
трудится
worker
и
works
растит
and
детей.
raises children.
Делец
The
питает
trader
и
provides and
распределяет.
distributes the essentials.
Воин
The
защищает и
warrior gives
управляет.
protection and exercises
Жрец
control. The
разведывает и
priest
сообщает.
explores and reports,
Вот и
and
всё.
that's it.
Всего.
Merely next to
Чем же
nothing.
заняты у
And
вас?
what's happening at your
Все ждут
place?
царя.
Everybody's
Они
waiting for
сочиняли
Tsar.
предсказания.
They were fed with all
Выверенные,
kinds of
как нож. Они
prophecies,
сидят и ждут,
making them sit
когда
and wait for
придет
the
царь.
Tsar to come.
А зачем им
But
царь?
why do they need him?
А чтоб до
Just
него
to
всю
shift
тяготу
all their
перевалить.
burdens onto him.
Пусть все
Let him be
разгребает.
responsible
А мы
for
заживем
everything,
счастливо.
and we will live
Продолжим
happily.
жрать в три горла.
We would continue
И
picking
будем
out and
наслаждаться
enjoying our
жизнью.
lives.
Они на самом деле
They really
так думают,
think that way,
понимаешь?
don't you see?
Им не интересно,
They don't
заслужили
care
ли они
whether
царя.
they deserve the Tsar or not.
Но шанс-то есть.
But there is still a chance,
же не
isn't
конец.
there? It's not the end, is it?
Одному
One has been given a nod,
другому,
another a wink,
а третий и сам
and the
не
third
догадается.
will guess the rest by himself.
Что это такое?
What the hell is that?
Какой идиот додумался?
What idiot could do such a thing?
Развязать!
Untie him.
С кем приходится
You see what
работать?
people I have to work with.
Понабирают по
Who picked these
объявлениям.
employees?
Связать
Dared to
ребенка.
bind a child.
Больно?
Does it hurt? It's okay.
Болваны.
Morons.
А ну пошли в город.
Get out of here.
Тебе больше ничего не
You are
угрожает.
safe now.
Ты среди друзей.
We are
Я
friends.
слышал. Тебя
I've
в
heard
колонии
you were arrested
арестовали
for
ни
no
за
reason
что.
at the colony, weren't you?
Не обижайся на всех этих
Disregard all
мэров,
those mayors,
премьеров,
peers, premiers, and presidents.
Жалкие несчастные
Such
люди.
pathetic and miserable people they
Они
are.
думают, что имеют
They
власть
consider
чем-то
themselves
управлять.
having power and being in
Позволяем
control
им
of
много
something.
красть.
We let them
Немного
steal a
быть
lot and be in
штурвалом.
charge for a while.
На самом деле,
In actual
управляем
fact,
мы.
we are in control by
Используя
using
их.
them.
Князья Солнца.
The princess of the sun.
Какие
I
ты
didn't
слова
expect you to
знаешь.
know such words.
Толковый
I
из себя
suppose you will
будет
become a
управлять.
sensible
Что
ruler.
мне нужно?
What do you want from me?
Зачем за
What am I here
Вот прям
for?
так сходу.
Can't wait to
Вижу
know.
деловую
I see
хватку.
some business acumen in
Ну
you.
ладно,
Alright,
давай на чистоту.
let's be open.
Люблю прямых.
I like the downright kind of
Ты
people.
парень хороший.
You're a nice
Нам такие
chap
нужны.
and suit us well.
А предлагаю я,
What I can
возможно,
offer is
самое
perhaps the most
интересное в мире
exciting
занятие.
job in the world.
Участие, управление
Participation
ловушкой
in
добра и
operating
зла.
the trap of good and evil.
Самое главное и
The
мощная
main and the
ловушка.
most powerful trap.
Несущий свет
The
соорудил её
bringer of
первым.
light made it first.
Остальные уже от неё
The rest
строились.
were built on its basis.
Останови любого
You
прохожего.
can stop any of those passers-by and ask,
Кто стоит над силами
who's
зла?
beyond the powers of evil?
Все ответят.
Everyone will say,
Сын погибли.
the son of perdition.
Задай следом
Ask
второй
them the
вопрос.
next question at once.
А кто управляет
But who
силами
controls the
добра?
powers of good?
Уверяю
I
тебя,
assure you they will all answer,
Сын
the
Божий.
Son of God.
Они смотрят
They look,
и не видят.
but don't see.
Слушают,
listen,
но не слышат.
but don't hear.
Разве где-нибудь, хоть где-нибудь
Has it ever been
написано,
written anywhere,
Бог — это добро?
God is good?
Нет,
No,
не
it
написано.
hasn't.
А что же написано?
But what is written?
Что кричит
What
с
does
каждой
every
страницы
page
во все
literally
голоса?
scream about with all the
Есть
voices?
любовь.
God is love.
Ну что им
But
до
do they
любви?
really care about love?
Что им какой-то
Are they
там
aware
Бог?
of any God?
Их растили
They were
такие
raised
же
by the
безмозглые
parents just as
родители.
brainless as
Они
they
сидели
are.
в школах,
They set out of
окончили
schools,
институты.
graduated from institutes.
Да у них же
They've
вот
got
тут
higher
вместо
education
любви
instead
высшее
of love right
образование.
here.
Какое им дело до того, что
Why should they care
написано?
about what's written?
Между
In
тем,
the meantime,
силами зла и
powers
силами
of good and
добра
evil are
управляет
both ruled
единица,
by Lucifer,
князь мира
the
сего.
prince of this world,
Тот
the
ответственный
one
за
who's in charge
исполнение
for the
замысла
accomplishment
и
of the
исправную
intent
работу
and
ловушек.
successful operation of
Но
traps,
мы так,
and we just help him
помогаем по мере сил.
as much as we can.
Спасибо за доверие.
Thanks
но
for your
никогда не
confidence,
буду
but I will
управлять.
never operate the traps.
Я бы не
I
спешил
wouldn't
с
rush
радостью.
going to extremes if I were you.
Ничего прекраснее
There's
играть
nothing better than
команде
playing a
сильных,
strong team,
постоянно
always
побеждать.
winning.
Влачить жалкое
Languishing in
существование в
poverty
стане
with losers
слабых
isn't
—
the best
лучший
choice.
выбор. Подумай.
Think about it.
торопись с
Take your
ответом.
time to answer.
Нет прекрасней.
There's nothing
Когда
better
слабый
than a
вдруг
strong
побеждает
man being
сильного.
beaten by a weaker one all of a sudden.
Это что?
What is going on?
Ты знал?
Did you know? We went to the lake intentionally and left him alone, didn't we? Not necessarily intentionally. Let's just say I didn't do anything to prevent it. But he's been kidnapped. Let him find his way out if he's been kidnapped. Do you think he's the only one who's been kidnapped?
Многие хотят
Many of them
выбраться
want
из
to break
плена, но
free,
скитаются
but having been
по
kidnapped,
пещерам,
roam around the ravines and swamps.
немощные, перебитые,
Feeble,
жалкие.
defeated, wretched.
Жатва
The
началась.
reaping has begun.
Время последнего
The
наступления.
time for the final attack.
Поздно
It's too
отсиживаться
late
в
now to
безопасных
sit out in the
окопах.
safe trenches.
Побывать
He'll
с
gain
старым
some
противником
experience
наберет
within the
опыта.
adversary's camp,
А я помогу выбраться.
and I will help him to get out. Smile, Eleazar. Why are you so sad? Didn't expect the guests?
Да почему?
Why not?
Рано или поздно
We'd have met
встретимся.
someday, sooner or later. That's true. Seems like you are out of spirits.
Разве вам радость
Do you
требуется?
need any joy?
Или приглашение?
Or an invitation?
Приходите,
Come whenever
куда и когда
and
захотите.
wherever you want. Once again, you are right, human. Is it really this close? Well, you will get to see it. Got used to this world, didn't you?
Да нет.
Not really. Yes, you did. First you shout that the world is bad and unfair, and a minute later you are missing it. You're nuts.
Что будет потом?
What will happen then? The new world, the same as this one, beautiful and furious.
Опять все сначала?
All over again? Has it ever been any other way? No, it hasn't. And here it is once again. Are you ready to leave?
Пора выбираться.
It's time to get away from there.
Представь, что ты очутился посреди
Imagine
леса,
finding yourself out in the snowy steppe.
наверсты вокруг не
Not a
ничего,
single soul for miles.
только снег,
Only snow,
лед
ice,
и ветер.
and wind.
Если я скажу, что в 50 верстах
If you are
есть
told
жилище,
there is a dwelling with a fireplace and hot food inside within 50 miles,
у тебя появится
you'll have
надежда.
something to hope for.
Надежда запустит мечту.
The hope will start a dream to get there and stay alive.
Дойдешь.
You will get there.
Будет нелегко, но
It won't be
дойдешь.
easy, but you will get there.
А если скажу, что
And what if
ближайшее
you're
тепло
told the
до
nearest
солнца,
warmth is 500 miles
будет
away?
тяжело,
It will be hard,
невыносимо тяжело.
unbearably hard,
Но надежда
but the
остается.
hope remains.
Мечта
The
усиливается,
dream grows
становится
stronger,
еще более живой.
becoming even more desirable.
Соберешь всю волю,
You will gather all of your
примешь
will,
решение не останавливаться,
make a decision to move
не
on
спать,
unstoppably
и
without
попробовать
sleep,
дойти.
just to try and get there.
Ведь на кону жизнь.
Because your life is at stake.
Что же будет, если
And what if you're
очень
told the
далеко,
aim is almost out of
скажем,
reach?
за 5000
Let's say
верст,
5,000 miles
а
away.
ничего не будет.
Nothing will happen.
Цель слишком
The
далека.
aim is too distant.
Дойти невозможно.
There is no chance to get there.
Надежды нет.
No hope.
Мечта исчезает.
The dream vanishes.
Ты опустишь руки.
You would give up,
Холод обнимет тебя.
being embraced,
Забаюкает
lullabied,
и умертвит.
and killed by the cold.
Ключ любой
The key to any ideology is a dream. All ideologies are artificial,
созданы для того,
and
чтобы
created
отвлечь
just
от
to
настоящего
mislead,
пути, заменить
substituting the
естественное на
natural
придуманное,
by the imaginary,
заманить в ловушку и увлечь
entrap and get the
цивилизации,
entire
народы и
nations and
цивилизации.
civilizations involved into the game.
Человеком подбрасывается
Humans
мечта
were given a
следовать
dream
за
of medium reach
Так,
as
чтобы
a
не
bait,
слишком далеко,
not too
чтобы
distant,
не дойти.
but still unreachable.
Как?
How?
Как можно упустить?
How could you lose him?
Суровые профессионалы.
Strict professionals.
Он не мог
He
выйти
couldn't
сам.
get out all by himself.
Мои люди стояли на дверях
My men were at
круглосуточно.
the door night and day.
Здесь не обошлось без Архала.
It has something to do with Arhal.
А вот вы,
And you
противоветры, могли бы
You
и
could install the
поставить.
antivirals.
Что?
What?
Ты меня поучить решил?
Are you trying to teach me?
Учиться никогда
You're
не
never
поздно.
too old to learn.
Найди и приведи.
Find and bring him. All colors will agree in the dark.
Посмотри на
Look
этих
at those good lookers.
с толку сбили
Made a
голову.
mess and kicked the bucket. The power belongs to those who are calm. Being great means giving the direction. We don't want to drive people to paradise with a club. The whole world believes in it. But is there a thing this world doesn't believe in?
Эти еще
These are
хуже
even
учителей.
worse than teachers.
Погружают на
They
голову
unload
тонны
tons of
ума.
abstruse rubbish on the heads, throw in half-truths.
результат?
And what is the result?
Мир летит
The
в
world's
пропасть.
going down into the abyss.
А направление
And the
мира
direction is
показывают
shown by
философствующие
philosophizing
теории.
ideologists.
Так и
I am
хочется
tempted to
спросить.
ask, so what, human? Did your wise guys help you?
Дальше за меня
You'll be
расскажет
told the
мой
rest by your
знакомец.
acquaintance.
Только про
But don't say a word about the
Он много
apricot
лет
to
провел
him.
в темноте
He
за то,
spent
что
many
обрекался
years
на
in
косточку,
darkness for an
которую
apricot
нашли.
stone
Даже
found in his
сейчас она не
pocket.
заросла.
The wound is still unhealed.
Тебя отпустили?
Did they let you go?
Меня забрали.
I have been taken.
Иди за мной.
Follow me.
А чем здесь
What's
пахнет?
that smell? Smells like sulfur.
Не пахнет того,
It
нет.
doesn't smell, it stinks.
А почему?
Why does it stink like sulfur? Because
Все, что мы здесь за века настроили,
everything we built here during the past centuries cannot smell like flowers.
поэтому не
That's
перебираем.
why we are not picky here,
Дышим, чем есть.
breathing with what we have.
Витязь,
The night.
Что?
What?
он давно здесь
He's been
сидит.
sitting here for quite a long time, petrified.
Не помнит, куда идти,
Doesn't
за
remember
что
where to
сражаться.
go or what to fight for.
Что
What's
это?
this?
Камень выбора.
The stone of choice.
3 идеологии.
3 ideologies. On the left, there's communal.
Там все общее, но твое
Everything's common, but nothing is your own. On the right, there's theirs. They keep arguing about whose blood is cleaner and nose smoother. Straight ahead, there's mine. Everyone's fenced off, but shouting about having more freedom than the others.
Теперь он спит.
Now he's sleeping, going nowhere.
Называет это
He calls this
патриотизмом.
patriotism
Думает, что
and
долго
thinks he
протянет.
would last this way that long.
Витязя постоянно
The knight
уходит
is
в разные
constantly being
стороны.
pulled in different directions.
Лишь бы правильный путь не
Just to
заметил.
keep him unaware of the true way,
Исходил всюду.
he's been everywhere and nearly died,
Всего есть терзание.
tormented in the whole body.
Мечты
No
нет.
dream.
Внизу никто не знает,
None of
куда
those
идти.
below knows where to go. Everybody's waiting. Maybe the hostile whirlwinds will subside. Maybe it will be alright. No, it will not.
Сидеть на месте.
Stagnation means certain death.
Наши дураки рвут глотки.
Our eggheads are yelling at the top of their voices, proving which trap is better.
И никто не видит.
And nobody sees the 2 other ways leading away from the stone except left, right, forward,
Вниз.
up, and down.
Но это уже 8 мировоззрений.
But this is the axis of worldviews, not ideologies.
Противник ушел вниз.
The adversary went down,
Потащил за собой.
dragging them behind.
Идти вниз
Going
комфортно
down
и
is
сильно.
comfortable and nourishing,
Почти все туда рванули.
which is why almost everyone is heading there.
Только одна дорога.
But there's only one way for us,
Через камень.
via the stone
Вверх. По тонкому
and
канату.
up the thin rope.
Пока этого пути
Nobody
никто не
sees
видит.
this way so far,
Небо заставит
but the
наших
heavens will
слабых
make even the
умников увидеть и
eggheads
понять,
see
куда
and
идти.
realize where to go.
Это все хорошо.
All right then.
Ты скажи, как их
Now
всех
tell me,
убедить.
how can we persuade all of them?
Не надо никого убеждать,
There's no need to
уговаривать.
persuade or coax
Делаем свое
anyone.
дело.
We are doing what we
Остальное
should.
устроит
The rest is up to
канцелярия.
the chancellery.
Покажем
Let's
образец,
show the way it could be done,
как вообще
start
все
the
может
symbols,
быть.
and everything would move,
Запустим символы, все
all
само
by itself.
сдвинется. Рычаг,
The lever,
момент силы.
moment of force. Where have you been? Why are you out of bed?
Да я по лесу
I was walking in the forest.
Надо свежего воздуха.
Some fresh air to get well won't hurt me. I see you're getting smarter. Here's your repaired one. Such a wizard you are. Nothing special, just atoms and electrons redisposed as they were. I recall you have stored something for Swoy, haven't you? Right, I'll be quick. So tell me, are things well where you have been? What strange wonders have you seen?
Одни сплошные чудеса.
Whole lot of wonders. Me and the lad were put on the wanted list. Seems like they are serious about catching us. Don't worry. These idiots are serious only about rent-seeking. Not good for anything else. But you will be chased for some time. Did you get what you wanted? Yes, I did. There is still time to change your mind. I'll get there and tweak it. They'll understand everything and start living properly. Everything will burst into blossom. Just imagine that. Everybody cares about each other. Billions of creative individuals. No envy, no curses. Nothing but creativity. I suppose it is to no avail. Are you tired from your journey? Help yourself to our invigorating apricot pie.
такой
And who
Архал?
is Arhal?
Он главный у
Is he in
медведя?
charge under the bear?
Нет.
No.
Как бы тебе
I
объяснить?
wish I could explain it.
Мы сами по себе
By
постоянно
ourselves we
скатываемся к
always tend to
поражению.
be defeated,
Когда кажется,
and when
что
it
всё
seems
пропало,
everything's
ещё
ruined,
шаг, и медведь
one more
погибнет.
step and the bear is
Появляется
going to
некая
die.
сила,
Some
не
power
отсюда.
appears, not of this
И всё
world,
разворачивается в
and
победу.
everything turns into
Вот это и
victory.
есть Архал.
That's what Arhal is.
Видно, нас
I
там
guess they really care about us in spite of us being brainless and grimy, since they send us Arhal at the last minute.
Зачем я здесь?
But why am I here?
Зачем я тебе?
Why do you need me?
с получением знаний.
Once you obtain the
сердце
knowledge,
происходит
the heart
необратимое
experiences
изменение.
some irreversible
Гаснет
changes.
искра.
The spark fades away.
А без нее к цели не
You can't
дойти.
succeed without it.
У тебя она есть.
But you have got it.
Ладно.
Now then,
Скажи-ка мне лучше
tell
вот
me
что.
one thing.
Ты встретил
Let's say you have
невиданное животное.
encountered an extraordinary animal. How would you distinguish a predator from a herbivore? Well, predators or carnivores belong to the order of eutherians, including the following suborders.
Как и успел
I
набраться
see you've had
опыта.
enough time to learn that nonsense.
Нужно на
You
всё
should learn to
смотреть
see
пятна,
everything
без
as spots,
подробностей,
without
иначе ничего не
details,
увидишь.
otherwise you won't see
Солнышко
anything.
светит,
The
желтое
shining sun
пятнышко,
is a yellow
травка
spot,
зеленеет, зелёное
growing grass
пятнышко.
is a green one.
Понимаешь?
Got it?
Всё
Things are
просто.
simpler than they seem.
У
The
хищника
predator's
глаза
eyes
находятся на
are on
передней
the
части
front of
черепа,
its
и
skull,
направлены
so it
прямо,
could look
чтобы
straight
преследовать
ahead
жертву.
and see the prey to
У
chase.
травоядного же глаза
The
находятся
herbivore's
по
eyes
бокам,
are located
чтобы
on each
вовремя
side of
заметить
the skull
хищника.
to notice a predator in time.
Ученые мужи
The
соберут
pointy heads would convene
симпозиум,
consiliums,
придумают
symposiums,
кучу
hypothesize,
теорий и гипотез,
so everyone gets
запутается,
embarrassed
никто ничего
and
не поймет.
confused.
На самом же деле
In fact,
все
things
гораздо
are
проще
simpler.
устроено. Кстати,
Both of us are predators,
хищники.
by the way,
Нам
and it's
пора.
time to go.
Хорошо сказал.
Well said.
Ты нам
You
подходишь.
suit us well.
Чего?
What? Hello again.
Я сказал живыми.
I told you to take them alive. It shall begin soon.
Все готово.
Is everything ready? As always. What should we do with the walker?
Пропустите.
Let him pass. I promised him to reveal what is to be built. He will be initiated into the intent. And what about the guide? Leave him. Give him to me. I will show him what the real twig
Не
is.
трогай.
I said leave him alone.
Ничего не понимаю.
I don't get it.
Мы на месте, но здесь ничего нет.
We're here, but there is nothing here.
Я видел источник в
I
раннем
saw the
детстве.
wellspring in my
Это
early
такой
years.
огромный завод.
It's a huge factory.
Не могли же его
They
уничтожить.
couldn't possibly destroy it, could they?
Без источника внизу бы всё
Without it,
рассыпалось.
everything would fall into pieces there below.
Может, его перенесли.
What if it was transferred elsewhere?
Мне знакомо это место.
I know this place.
Кажется, я был здесь раньше.
I think I've been here before.
Они называют это déjà
They
vu.
call it déjà vu.
На самом деле
In
всё, что
fact,
происходит
all the
сейчас
events
и
happening
будет
now
происходить,
or that
уже
will happen in
произошло
the
и
future
записано.
have already
мы этого
happened
не
and been
знаем.
recorded. But we
Память
have no idea
отключена.
about it because the memory is switched
В
off.
системе время от времени происходит сбой.
Occasionally, the
Информация
system
просачивается
fails
в
and
виде
the leaking
вспышек
information
воспоминаний.
appears as flashbacks.
Déjà vu.
Déjà vu,
Вот и все.
nothing more.
Да мы
I
были
tell you,
здесь.
we've been
Мы же
here.
здесь
This is the
встретились.
place we
Вот
first
те же
met.
скалы,
Those are the
здесь мы
same
ели
rocks.
рыбу.
We were eating fish here.
Этого не
It
может
can't
быть.
be so
потому
because
что
there
не
is no
может быть.
chance this could ever be.
Просто похожее
Just a
место.
similar place, perhaps.
Конечно.
No, I'm
Я
quite sure.
уверен. Мы
We
вернулись
got
туда
back where we
же.
started.
Вон там был
There
указатель.
was a
Помнишь
signpost. Do you
указатель?
remember the signpost?
Слушай,
Listen,
я знаю
I
Ярус
know
как
the
свои
tier
5
like
пальцев.
the back of my hand.
Мы шли все
We
время
were
в одном
going in the same
направлении.
direction all the time.
Прошагали десяток
Past a dozen
квадратов,
of
которых я
squares
был
which
не
I
раз.
visited before
Опять
many
провернулись.
times, and you're telling me we got
Займи
back.
себе чем-нибудь,
Find
не
yourself
мешай.
something to do and don't bother me.
ошибаюсь.
You are mistaken.
Я точно
We
знаю,
got
что мы
back to the
пришли на
place
место
where we
встречи.
met. I know it for sure.
Что потерял здесь смерть?
Why are you here, mortal?
Может, приглашал кто?
Have you been invited by someone?
Яхим,
Yachin,
вы звали сюда?
did we call for this bunch of nerves and bones to appear?
Не было такого.
I don't recall this, Boaz. He wasn't invited.
Он сам придет.
He made his way here all by himself.
Сам, значит.
All by himself?
Ах да.
Oh,
Ты же
yes.
собрался здесь
You
всё
were going to
покруче.
twig everything here.
А будет
Let it be known to you, there are not even the slightest accidents and coincidences. The system is in everything and everywhere. What a fine system you have.
Это мы виноваты.
It is your own fault. The builders of the ruins and barracks.
Это же вы
It is you
видите
who sculpt
прекрасные
awkward buildings.
постройки. Кто мешает?
Who is preventing you from finding out what needs to be
Кто
built?
не дает понять,
Who is stopping you
как
from
можно
understanding the grandeur of the design?
Может, мы,
Maybe we?
Яхим,
Yachin,
это мы мешаем?
are we stopping the
законам
two-legged
стать
insects
полной
from leaving the swamp
стать
and becoming creators?
Нет, Бог.
No, Boaz, they themselves make a mess of everything. After that, they themselves destroy it all and look for those responsible.
Слышишь?
Do you hear?
У нас другого
We have
материала
no
нет.
other material.
Работаем с тем, что
We
вы
work
нам
with
даете.
what you send up here,
Перерабатываем,
process and return back down.
исполняем любые
We
ваши
fulfill all your
желания.
desires and dreams.
Кто ж виноват, что они у вас
Who is to
насквозь?
blame for the fact that they are so empty through and through?
А ты задумывался, что
Have you
будет,
ever
если
wondered
разгрузить
what will
ваши
happen if you are unloaded from burdens,
убрать пороки?
vices removed?
Что будет, если
What will
прекратятся
happen if the
войны?
wars stop,
Если мы свернем
if we
пороки?
remove the traps?
Вы же сожрете все вокруг.
You will gobble up everything around you and then begin to eat each other.
Вам же всегда мало.
You never have enough.
Ты видел, что бывает, когда они
Have you seen what
расчеловечиваются?
happens when they dehumanize?
Тебя и таких,
You
как ты,
and those
первыми
like you
пришибут
will be the
костями.
first to be sewn with nails to the crosses.
Нет, потом, конечно,
Afterwards,
назовут
of
ваши
course,
имена и
streets and
аспекты
squares will be
добра.
called by your names.
Вас суд как
But
Гитлера.
first you will be crucified.
Будь уверен.
That's for sure.
Мальчик
The
увидит
boy
всё,
will
что
see
надо.
everything that is intended.
Для тебя,
As for
профессор,
you, the passage is
не
closed.
понял ничего.
You did not understand anything.
Разговор окончен.
Conversation over.
Еще не поздно.
It's not too late.
Поздно будет, когда солнце на западе взойдет.
Not until the sun rises in the west.